for Elgin Cook.
So Cook takes it from the left wing as they go with their 1-2-2 trap. But Cook takes it from that left wing and sees Plumlee there. Plumlee has to back off because he can't risk getting 2 fouls in about a minute and a half or so.
Matt Jones.
This is a matchup defense, by the way, Vern. It's a man-to-man when the ball is in your area, when the guy comes, when he cuts and vacates, and somebody else picks him up.
Ingram.
Wow. Well, you know,
latest trending news. Download the CBS Sports app.
I just can't get over how
country in many fan bases as the latest Duke villain. Fair?
Well, you know what? I think if you do that kind of stuff, as Ingram takes it to the basket, people and they continue to look at you with a 1-2-2 that falls back into either a man-to-man, but a lot of times it's that matchup.
Dylan Brooks is 4 for 4. Almost got the steal. Here's Kennard. Ingram. Yo! You know, they live wide open three. Boucher.
If you haven't seen Boucher play, another guy who's lean at 6'10", 200 pounds, blocks a lot of shots for this Oregon team, but also steps away and shoots it at 35% from the stripe.
Ingram. You bet.
All right, take
something that we've done here. Anybody over 80 is in danger with Mr. Spanarkel and Mr. Lundquist talking about it.
He's got to see if he can get a shot off with his length.
Ingram. Oh, yeah. Oh, was that pretty?
Oh, that's why he's a tough out. Oh.
Benson. In and out. Plumlee. Allen has it for the Blue Devils.
Real quiet. He's over in the right corner by himself.
Ingram. Wow. Oh, yes.
It almost
found him with the bounce pass.
You're absolutely right on that call, Vern. And how about Brooks with the timing? Just understanding when to release from the free throw line.
Largest lead of the game now, 13 points.
Just can't get an easy look.
Nope.
They're long and they're quick.
Ingram. Adjustment. Got it. Nice, soft point lead.
So even with the 14-point lead, they'll throw this 1-2-2 at you, come back, and they're trying to just antagonize you, just get you out of your rhythm. And they've been very successful the last 3 or 4 minutes.
Nice save by Grayson Allen. Gets it to Thornton. Good ball movement here. Here's Hello.
Yeah, in a big-time way.
Gee.
And Michael Irving, our officiating crew. Duke and Yale going head-to-head. The winner will go to the Sweet 16. Duke controls the tip. 93-85 win over UNCW in the first round. Grayson Allen had 23 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists. Duke shot 54% from the field. Ingram, what a way to get started. He averaged 6 points per game as a freshman in 19 minutes of action, 16.3 as a sophomore, and the clear on-court leader of this Yale squad. Tied at 10 after the 2 free throws by Mason.
Good job there by Sears to stay on his feet against Ingram.
Derek Thornton in for Duke. Ingram, the turnaround. Boy, he looks impressed on Wall in Syracuse. Sears, the sweeping move, he can't finish, and Sherrod couldn't grab it.
Sears' passing ability in the last couple of plays allowed for that lane to be open. He's a pretty good ball handler, and he's been getting other guys involved.
Sears hasn't scored. He averages 16 points per game.
I'm looking at the ball handling here. There's a lot of hands going underneath that ball on both sides.
Allen couldn't get the step on Mason. Speed from Thornton to the corner. Kick it out. Ingram cans a triple.
Only 2 feet from the basket and go right back up.
Ingram drives in with a purpose. Ingram the follow, sticking with the play. 0-0 Bulldogs. Duke has not scored in the last 4:48 and counting.
And one of the keys is they only have 1 3-point shot in this half.
They come up on the 11-minute mark. Chris, you mentioned, could Yale get it to under 10 with under 10 minutes to play? They did that, and then some.
And now what's next is you see the beautiful drive by Ingram. Can you sustain?
6 points, 6 assists for Mason. Full court pressure. Allen whips it ahead for Kennard. Plumlee on the bench. Jones on the bench. Both with 4 fouls. Ingram, quick move. Ingram hangs, and he gets the roll. Feathery.
And Sherrod are capable of catching it. They didn't even look at it, and a couple times they had an angle where they could have just thrown it up towards the rim.
Duke trying to bring the lead back to double figures. We are under the 4-minute mark of this second half. Blue Devils in no rush. Shot clock down to 10. Ingram looking high-low. Plumlee, the entry, the kick out. Ingram fires the three. He's got it. And it's rebounded by Ingram. They don't have a true point guard on the floor for Duke, so you'll see Grayson Allen handle the ball. Matt Jones will get opportunities, and Ingram can do the job as well. The turnaround for West Virginia. 36% from three-point territory.
And that's one of the things Kevin Keats spoke of when you talk about their pressure defense. He was worried you can't press if you don't score. So finally they're on the board, and maybe now it's taking the butterflies away, as you mentioned earlier.
Oh, nice little duck-through move by Ingram.
For Duke to try to keep that short bench together. He's done a nice job sacrificing, distributing the ball, getting other guys involved.
And a steal created by Kennard. Ingram takes it to the rack. Starting to heat up. Chris Flemings. That was Duke's first 3 of the day. Now 1 of 6 from downtown.
Even though Duke doesn't have a true point guard, they need to set their offense up quicker, get into something a little bit faster so they have more time on the shot clock when they want to initiate a play.
Ingram, freshman of the year.
Get it.
Kennard, the trigger man, gets it in for Allen in stride, met by 2 defenders. Ingram pulls the trigger. He connects on a 3. And
The fouls are going to be very important. UNCW has got 2 guys with 3, 3 guys with 2.
Ingram, beautiful move in recent games. Allen pulls the trigger. It's offline. Out to the outside and tracked down by Ingram. Second chance opportunity here for the Blue Devils. Up by 8. Thornton defended by Denzel Ingram, the transfer from UNC Charlotte.
UNCW's got to be more focused and fundamentally sound on the rebound and blocking out.
The touch, Brandon.
Emphasize getting out there, getting the ball, and going quick. Regardless of what Duke does on this end, even if they make it, they need to inbound it and run.
Quick, but don't hurry. You want to make sure in pushing the pace and the tempo. And I like it. It encourages aggression, but you got to be smart as Ingram gets a 3. Memories help long if you're making them.
Kennard rejected by Beecham, who was right on his hip all the way from the three-point line into the lane. Ingram will get the winner of this one in our first semifinal tomorrow night. Brandon Ingram banks one home. The winner of this one, and they're cheering against their arch rivals from Duke. Ingram with a response in the ACC.
Tell him this game doesn't mean anything to that poor kid. He's visibly distraught, Grayson Allen.
7 points for Abu.
They're just a terrific job finishing over length and size. I mean, you're looking at a 7'3" wingspan in Ingram trying to block your shot and contest.
Ingram for 3.
Terrific concentration as Jeter with that length coming at him. But I like the communication from Jeter on the screen and roll with Barber.
Ingram.
First look at the lineup Allison was talking about. So they didn't start the game with the 2 bigs, but now they've got those 2 bigs. Does Duke take advantage?
Field goal for North Carolina State.
Well, he's been asked to do an awful lot. Got to score, got to check Grayson Allen.
Boy, Ingram. Boy, Marshall Plumlee having a terrific final season at Duke.
It's unbelievable. The kid has just maximized his abilities, does whatever is asked, plays so hard, Marshall Plumlee.
Averaged barely 2 points per game a year ago. He's at 8 points and 8.7 rebounds overall, and better than that in both categories.
You let him get comfortable early. Remember the first play of the game, Matt Jones gets hung up, and he drains his first three, and then it becomes a lot easier. Cat Barber now 3 for 3 from distance.
He's 35% from behind the arc for the year. Ingram showing he can go inside. Plumlee, the rebound, is 6th. Kennard turned the corner. Ingram with space and another three.
For a freshman, when you've spent that much time out of the game, then come back in the second half, it's hard to fight your way through that and establish some rhythm.
Ingram into the body of Jackson, absorbs the
Meeks almost let that one go by shot faking first instead of going up right away, but an excellent tip in with the right hand.
Ingram driving on Johnson. Johnson stays with him. Kennard drives. Kicks to Ingram. They're heating up from beyond the arc. And one in this building, 0-3.
Both Bryce Johnson and Kennedy Meeks have double-doubles. And North Carolina only up by a single possession after dominating the paint as they have.
Strong drive by Ingram.
Tracked with a foot injury in the preseason, but is averaging 10 points and 4 assists against the conference. Easy basket. A field goal for John Collins. Averages 6 points in conference play.
A very patient play by Miller McIntyre. Waited till the defender went out to cover the perimeter shooter. Found that alley and was able to find Collins.
Kennard. Look backdoor Plumlee. Here's Jones. Skips for Ingram's three at the top.
They've turned it over
11 times and only trailed 3. And if Ingram on the drive against Thomas. Found the way to. Thornton is scoreless for Duke. Allen has a dozen. Robikin batted that away. Thomas tries to stay with Ingram. Five to shoot. Ingram on the drive. Pretty move. Brandon Ingram,
the kind of guy that Thomas is accustomed to guarding.
But not at that distance for sure.
That's correct. Well, Matt Jones is back in the game.
Good sign for the Blue Devils. Miller McIntyre will give it a whirl this time. Ingram backs down in the fall away. Had it, McClinton, and here's Watson against Ingram. Oh, what a play, Ingram. Kennard the other way.
And then Allen, following the play, is able to save it. That's a great play all the way around.
Ingram back for Kennard. 4 to shoot. Brandon to tie.
This is another program. Kennard against Robinson. Instant offense? No. Plumlee secures it. Nice save. Ingram fires. He's got it. A three.
Islands and steal some time with this 1-3-1. Less people that come up with a steal here.
Allen does steal it. Pick out Ingram. Book it. A three. And they miss him. They miss his leadership, and they miss his production on the floor.
He was the connection with Mike about what's going on with the team, what he'd like to get. And Mike telling both of us he just can't do certain things with the foot. They've had him involved a little bit in practice, but just not necessarily.
So proud of his team's toughness, the way they've been able to grind out wins, find ways. They are in a 14-point hole, and there's a reason. Second half, Duke has 5 field goals, 6 turnovers. Kennard. Ingram, the snatch inside.
Continues to kick it to the weak side as Florida State makes another beautiful back cut but can't finish.
Benji Bell missed after the feed from Booker. Ingram left wide open from Malik Beasley.
It's nice to see Devin Booker's number 1 in black being aggressive here tonight. His aggressiveness coming off those ball screens is creating opportunities for offensive rebounds on the weak side. Beasley in perfect position for that one.
Ingram again left alone. Again, he makes Florida State pay. From Brandon. That's 6 now for Dwayne Bacon.
I love the weak side movement. That was really good recognition there by Bacon to take that little curl cut in the lane. Nice little delivery and finish. Need more of that from Florida State, but you've got to get stops here on the defensive end first.
Ingram spins and finishes.
Brandon Ingram has all the twos.
And Ingram creates the turnover and finishes.
I guess he likes
follow. That's his first basket.
I would love to see him in a San Antonio Spurs uniform, a Golden State uniform, a Miami Heat, but I know he's going to get drafted high, so unfortunately he's going to have to.
Can somebody else get a good player?
I'm just saying.
Put Brandon Ingram on the Warriors of the Spurs for us.
Yes, he's perfect.
But the Knicks.
Yeah, that Knicks would be a good spot for him, too.
The Knicks don't have a first-round pick till, I think, 2032. Ingram with a follow.
Let's see, in the NBA, they would have called that
player, certainly a great free throw shooter.
He gets a clean look right away, but it spins out. Plumlee collecting that rebound also had a strong effort against the Tar Heels. Ingram off the fake. Allen jumping into the lane, lost control for a moment. Ingram straight on, a great look and knocks down the three.
I'm going to tell you right now.
Lee to the left hand, spins in two. He's their top scorer at 16 and a half a game.
Yeah, he's solid. He can really attack off the bounce. He has a scorer's mentality, 50-year player. They got 23-year-olds out there, man. When you talk about Lee, Lewison coming off the bench.
And Lee easily their most prolific three-point man. Another one for Ingram on target. Ingram got off to a hot start. Now he'll drive it, pull up jumper, and it won't roll in. He fumbles his own miss.
What a tremendous offense.
North Carolina is resolute to get that ball inside. And if Plumlee's not going to get around in front or three-quarter front to try to knock that away, Meeks can make that shot. Also a turnaround jumper.
Ingram for three. The freshman having a sensational season at schedules. Have tougher schedules at the end of the conference season than they did at the beginning. Both of these programs among them. One that doesn't is Notre Dame. Notre Dame's played a lot of the toughest games of its schedule, and the Irish are still right there with the leaders in the ACC. It was 4 at the half. It's only grown by 3 to 7 right now, but it feels like a very dangerous time right now for Duke.
Grayson Allen being guarded by Marcus Page. And Allen is stronger. Wouldn't be surprised to see him continue to try to drive Marcus Page and try to use his strength.
Bernard trying to drive on Jackson. 4 to shoot. Ingram for 3, and Duke back within 4.
People were breathless waiting for that, but I think Malcolm Brogdon is the ACC Defensive Player of the Year. I don't even think that's close.
Ingram with a pull-up. Rattles it home. He's now 4 for 15 in the game. It'll be Kentucky and Texas A&M. 6:30 Eastern Time on ESPN. And after that on ABC, the NBA, the Warriors, and the Clippers. What a great night of basketball.
Brandon Ingram going one-on-one against Hicks. What a move.
Great adjustment by Ingram.
Close to the basket. Couldn't really tell the angle. But Bryce Johnson's done a nice job of forcing Brandon Ingram to shoot over him. Did it in the first half and has done it at periods through the second.
Ingram again. Pulls up at the elbow. Gets the bounce. And Jay, stop me if you've heard this before. But it.
Right now, you got Brandon Ingram being guarded by Theo Pinson. There's the isolation.
Baseline jumper is there. This kid is making play.
I've really been big.
Well, he likes to play on ESPN. He likes when you're in town.
Oh, yeah.
I can tell. Remember the Notre Dame game he had 15 back in January.
Yeah, he was very good in that game.
Ingram's mid-range jumper all net.
He has so much ability, Brandon Ingram.
Duke closing the gap. Off the fake, Nolte has it stripped in the lane. Allen actually got his hand on it.
Well, he hesitated.
Start trying to drive it to the baseline. Nothing there.
Plumlee's going to get a little down offensively. He has not touched the ball down in the box yet.
Ingram wants to fire again. Yes!
He can get hot quickly. And if the three starts falling.
A lot of teams go through those slides. When Kansas went through one, Kentucky's on fire right now. Their backcourt might be as good as anyone. Ulis and Martin.
Great win today at South Carolina. Allen trying to get in close. The kick for Ingram. Feeling it. And a three-pointer.
He's a big-time player. He's a PTP.
32-26. You have to go back to 1995, the last time that Virginia won here. Ingram again. A three-pointer.
Wow. He's one of the top freshmen. By cutting off the defense, he made him throw a bad pass. He made that play. He wants to rock, man.
And now Duke with a three can tie it again. 1:10 to go in the half.
You got a bunch of diaper dandies, man. Foreman and Ingram played a bunch of veterans.
Ingram. Yes!
That's a special one down. Are you serious? That's a special play. And they played really impressive because the Irish have certainly played really well lately.
Yeah, Wilkins is coming off a career high 14 in a victory over rival Virginia Tech, and that one will rattle in.
But what they did right there, a little isolation. Not delivered offensively. He has not touched the ball. I think he's at 1 in 10 basically. They got to get him to pull inside a little bit.
Allen back out for Ingram, a three-pointer. Yes, he couldn't be any hotter.
Tell you what, is he feeling it? It is unreal at 69. But that's why he wins. 1,036 W's, 5 national titles.
Ingram again.
We are seeing a show, man. A little young version of a guy I love as a person, as a player, Kevin Durant.
See if they set up another play for number 14 in white. Allen trying to use the screen.
Probably with the screen and roll for the goal.
Ingram, shot clock winding down, gets a jumper and 2 more.
What a show. What a show we are witnessing.
Big scoring story in this one.
He's been a little quiet.
And a miss here, follows his own miss and lays it in.
What a quick move right there. He throws up a brick.
For their shoot-around, it's his 1,000th game as a college head coach. And this is 31st year. The Hall of Famer, national championship winner, going through some tough times right now. Brandon Ingram, one of the best freshmen in the country. His feet set. It's a great combination as Lee scores on a nice cut. When you're Grayson Allen, you shoot more free throws than anybody in the league, and you're third in the conference in three-point field goal percentage. He is certainly not a one-dimensional offensive player.
He tried to double the post there, and Damian Lee made a really nice cut to take advantage of it.
Plumlee not really where he wants to be handling the ball and can't get rid of it fast enough to Ingram. Right down the lane for the dunk.
Better when he gets his feet set with a catch and shoot opportunity.
Trey Lewis, the step back. His third bucket of the night for 6 points, and looking like Louisville might ratchet up the intensity with some pressure, but they drop back to half-court defense.
Louisville in the zone.
Brandon Ingram shoots over it. Jalen Johnson got there. And he still created an open shot for himself.
I mean, that was a difficult shot, that little step back, but he's a confident player right now.
Three-point Duke lead with 9 minutes to go. Ingram off an Allen feed. Yes, for 3.
Barber's been quiet so far. Here's Abu off the back of the iron. Another board for Plumlee.
Wide open right there, too. 15-foot shot. Give him the shot.
Duke playing their 14th consecutive game as Allen has knocked in.
Jefferson in the lineup.
Virginia won by 14 at Pittsburgh today.
Wow, that's another win for them. Tony Bennett's got that club playing really efficiently now.
Ingram turns, fires, and knocks it down. A 3.
Yes, sir. Another score right there by Martin.
NC State has made 4 of 4 to begin the second half shooting. Boy, a tough look there inside for Plumlee.
He lost his balance right there, Kennard.
Here's Ingram in some foul trouble, but a hot.
Making some stops. Georgia Tech has demanded the ball inside. They've commanded that area. Now that Duke has to slough in a little bit, the outside shots are open.
The largest lead for Georgia.
drive from Georgia's Hunt misses everything. Allen to Plumlee running the floor. And now back to the perimeter. Ingram for three. Got it! So now the recruits who don't yet pay for their groceries will know what it feels like to have just 3 specks of your name show up when you sign for your credit card receipt at the grocery store, but for your letter of intent. Gordon going to work on Smith. Inside of 4.5 minutes, Ingram with the take, strong to the basket, and gets the roll.
Concerned about getting everybody else a shot, and he doesn't take good shots for him.
He's too much of a facilitator, and he wants to shoot the ball a little bit more. And he's come out here thinking offense. You know, look at that age. I mean, you're talking about experience galore with McClellan and Rodriguez.
Wow, Ingram power to the goal.
Those gold medals.
On to Rio this summer for one last run in the Olympics, and then that'll be it as the coach of the national team. Ingram swoops to the goal.
It's a major plus, and one of the key reasons, the driving ability of Ingram and Allen, creating foul opportunities.
Ingram from 16 feet, nicely done.
Found the open guy. What I like about both these teams, so unselfish, Sean. They play together, look to share the ball, communicate, and they play with a will to want to win.
Allen almost had it stripped. Rodriguez 3 out of 5 for 3. He was under 28% for the season entering tonight. Shot clock 5. Very good defense by Murphy. And
bad shot right there. You want to give Duke life. You want to take good shots, quality shots. Man-to-man defense. Plumlee's got to get a little bit involved offensively. Has not scored a point.
Tough shot, Ingram thought.
You knew it without a doubt. To me, is the premier 6-man I have seen so far in college basketball. He's instant offense. When he comes off that bench, his mindset, he plays hard on the defensive end as well.
Ingram rattles one home. Bounce off for a moment. It went down. True to form. McClellan much more productive in the second half. He has 12 in the second half. Ingram.
In particular, not that he's a superstar, but he fits what they need. Emil Jefferson.
Ingram, a big tip in.
The Twins shoot 33-31% from deep. Pinch post, dribble handoff. Ingram gonna put it up and hit it. But they need bodies as well as Duke. They are lean. Dribble drive, open middle. Exactly what Mark got. You're a free man. All alone on this side of the floor, and Allen can't get it to fall. And Plumlee, nice play with the swipe. Ingram alone for 3. And got it. Nice presence there. Wolf back by 5. As we come up on 1:45 to play. In a hectic first half, this is Ingram. Caleb Martin, who injured that ankle in the first half, is back on the bench. We'll see if he gets any playing time here in the second half. There's all that bad weather out there. You really should take cabs in this kind of weather down here. How about Ingram? He doesn't need one. He's a Maverick. Nice. Rowan had it blocked. The block by Matt Jones. Back comes Duke. And Ingram launching the 3 and hit it. And got the foul as well. How about that? Ingram on the drive. Goodness, he took a bump. The tip in is good. How about 5? And this is Barber. Way off. Duke again. Jones. Nice for look. Ingram. Nice. Very nice look by Jones. Recent losses. You know, I asked you what would Duke change in the second half, and you said not much. They've come out, they've played their same game. They're shooting 71% from the floor. Well, that sort of helps. You know, you start ringing a bell. I think the other end, State's got to find somebody different on the foul line. Maybe even slip Barber in there. Tough. What a move. Clock stop. Got to ring the bell. Let's see what they do time-wise now. The master is sort of putting it away. And that's what they're doing. Shorten the game. Kennard kicks it out to Ingram. How about that?
Here. Jones is wide open again for three. It popped out, but Brandon Ingram is there to tip it up and in. His first bucket. Well, terrific lately, double-doubles in their 2 wins coming in against Boston College and Wake Forest.
Hey, first step, like Roby said, put the ball for you young kids, square his body to the basket.
Ingram for three. Brandon Ingram has 5.
For a player, that's not the same kid I've seen a couple years ago. He's a different player.
That's been the frustration for Syracuse fans. He has shown it in flashes, including in the 2 games against Duke last year. He had 19 and 10 in 1 game against Duke and 16 and 9 in the other. Both of them were losses for Syracuse. Brandon
shot he wanted a wide open one.
Allen acrobatic off the hands of Plumlee. He controlled. Ingram for 3.
An assist for another one. They're going to get 3 opportunities.
Jones off the 4th misses, tipped in by Ingram.
Should have gone up right away. He let Plumlee recover to him, and then Plumlee was physical with him, and August didn't handle that physicality well.
Ingram spinning, finishing, and heading to the line.
Last game, and he was hoping, I think, in this game to use them in sub one of them for the other, but that makes it more difficult.
Boy, if you're Bonzie Colson, what he does.
And there was a storm that hit right away. Notre Dame got down, what was it, 8-0 early?
Yep.
And they weathered the storm.
Yep.
I mean, it's a 1-point game. They've got to feel a lot more comfortable right now about themselves, and that they're in this game with a chance.
And Jay Sean Obi is into the game for Plumlee. So the first big off the bench today is Obi, not Chase Jeter. Ingram from the corner, a 3 and a 4.
Played at Rhode Island, was an assistant at Boston College. Bonzie, I don't know if it's Bonzie Sr., but the original Bonzie Colson.
This Bonzie's got 8. Notre Dame, which has never led in the game, is down by 3. Ingram for 3, his second of the game. 5 again.
Well, Vastori got the switch. He had Plumlee on him and immediately drove it. Nobody there to come over and block the shot, take the charge. And he went to the other side of the basket again to take himself out of the block shot.
Ingram the kick. Jones back to Ingram for 3. Got it!
Boy, what a big-time answer.
It's his policy to ever get upset at a shooter.
Well, you noticed him kind of getting on Matt Ryan the last game for taking a shot. And Mike said he had to go to confession and say, bless me, Father, for I yelled at a shooter.
Ingram with a tough finish over Colson.
And Duke getting dominated on the offensive glass by Notre Dame. And Mike Krzyzewski's got to be thinking right now, his team did everything right up until the very end of the possession, didn't finish it off. Notre Dame did.
Ingram again. He's got
Jerron Blossom gained the 2nd highest shot blocker on this team at 6'7".
Ingram for 3, and that's his first to them to be, especially considering the fact that Emil Jefferson is still out, and they have not put a timetable on his return as Ingram knocks down a 3 to extend the Duke lead. And the ESPN app, some ACC headlines, and boy, has it been a terrific start as Ingram scored one for the Tigers.
It's a great example of Duke loading to the basketball, and if you could see over the top, you could skip it over and be able to find open shooters. Nicely done on the offensive end by Clemson.
Ingram left alone. This time he doesn't miss. A deep 2 from just inside.
Is really good right now, which doesn't allow Duke to be able to converge to the basketball quickly. Clemson doing a nice job of taking advantage of one-on-one situations inside.
Ingram, how do you stop that?
Good going with Noko on the interior for the last 2 minutes and 10 seconds of this game. They should continue to throw it inside and force Duke to have to make a change defensively in their scheme.
Again, from the wing. Again, knocking it down.
10-5, 2-0 in the ACC. 14th ranked Duke. 13-2, 2-0 in the ACC. And the Blue Devils have it first. Your officials today: Jim Clockerty, Jeffrey Anderson, Wally Radecki.
Tim, we talked about the league in the open, and Duke very fortunate to come out of Wake Forest with a win. Up there to give Ingram some room to shoot.
Ingram a 37% shooter from beyond New York. Allen looked at it, now penetrates, kicks it back. Here he is again. Bang!
The attributes of a Buzz Williams coach's team, playing hard for 40 minutes, very physical.
Hardy's halftime report. Ingram forces it up and set from deep.
And over the last 6 games, Middleglue was shooting about 50%, 14 of 28. Make that 15 of 29.
And Brandon Ingram has the answer.
McIntyre last year averaged 14.5 points a game, led Wake Forest in scoring that year and the year before. He's had some difficulty coming back from injury, but he seems to be rounding into form.
2 for 2 from the free throw line. Last 4 minutes.
They're really getting a lot of use out of Brandon Ingram. Fadeaway jump. One thing about both these teams, they like this type of pace. The question is, once again, can Wake Forest shut the paint down?
Ingram hangs and delivers. Count it. And a chance for it. Shot clock where it has rarely been. Under 10 for Duke. Contested pull-up. No. Plumlee the offensive rebound and a fresh 30 seconds for the Blue Devils.
Wow, great hustle by Marshall Plumlee. Once that shot went up, he got position. He fought for position. Again, moving without it, getting to the spot. What the good offensive rebounders do.
Brandon Ingram had room and a mismatch, and he scores.
Conference season, so if you get to be proficient at the line, it takes pressure off your offense.
Got a quick look at Matt Milan, 6'4" freshman from Florida, averaging right at 5 points for the Eagles into the ball game for the first time. Ingram had it blocked away by Jallo, but scored.
Jim Christian, he's up at around 31, 32 right now. He'd like to see that number come down. But how often do we see in a game you want to pull that guy out, you just got to leave him out there.
Through the first part of this opening half of play with Duke and BC. Allen working against Daryl Hicks. In the corner, Ingram a 3. That's his spot.
Yep. Brandon. On that possession, they needed something more solid.
Allen. And here's Ingram. Does have the 3 in the first half. 5 points for Brandon Ingram.
Multifaceted Jones now is the primary ball handler with this group out on the floor.
Ingram! Daryl Hicks scores as we rejoin you with live action here from the Conte Forum. 30 to 22. Here's Ingram again on the dribble. Pull up just short of the lane. Good.
Important role.
Third on Allen. First foul of the half on the Blue Devils. Well, Ingram is so silky with the basketball, Mike. Took out Mesniaks, and then the ball got knocked around and ultimately out of bounds for the Blue Devils. Ingram a 3, right corner. Got it. First points of the second half, though, Mike.
Yeah, and like I said, they've really shadowed him.
Ingram, another one. He'll turn with the left hand. Rattled out. Barnes-Tompkins lost the battle to Ingram.
Krzyzewski telling his team to let's be a little patient here. Flattened out, let Matt Jones. And now they clear out the left side.
Ingram the scoop.
For BC, it's going to be a matchup, somebody like a Florida State comes to mind that's got longer athletes who may be able to, stick somebody on him.
13-point lead.
Well, the start for Carolina, you may throw a Bryce Johnson on him.
Right. 4.5 to play. Shot clock at 5. Here is Ingram. A 3. Rattles in.
All right, floor gets set in your defense, but, he's got a missed shot, a turnover, and 2 fouls.
Yep. And probably will spend the next 13 minutes on the 49ers bench. Ingram turns, pushed it up and in. Soft roll. Remember, Long Beach State went the last 3.5 minutes of the first half without a field goal. Keep an eye on it as we work our way into the early parts of this second 20 minutes. Ingram a little 3.
Gave up the opportunity when he put the ball on the floor one time, and it allowed Plumlee to get back in the play.
Boy, look at Ingram.
Going back and run some clock. And, these games I like because it gives Duke fans in the area a chance to come and see Duke play without the students here. You know, it's not the same intensity in the...
Elon has already played Michigan and Syracuse, so they've faced Power 5 teams, major conference teams, if you will, on the road. Thornton down the lane, kicks it out. Jones thought about the three. And now it's Ingram up top. Ingram all the way to the basket, and he just beats Seaver. You have to have a hand in front of him to make sure that he cannot get the ball in the air, because when he gets it up, they've got a very good chance of going in. Ingram in the game before against Georgia Southern. Swoop lost it. It comes to Jeter. Allen drives and kicks. Ingram to the basket. Easy for the Elon. So Duke in the bonus. Ingram to steal. And the two-hand. Matt Jones launches. Offensive rebound to Jeter. Ingram now for three. And everything. Style of play when you played against the Blue Devils. Actually, before, when I was playing against Duke, that week of practice, or those couple days of practice, we would not run our offensive sets because it comes out to guard Hairston. He'll take it to the basket. Hairston was the guy who came to Elon as a point guard. Kennard drives, kicks, Ingram corner three. You got it. 30. Sampson's the all-time leading three-point shooter at Elon. I can say that he probably doesn't have many of them that he called on black. Quickly, Swope. Andradas had it taken away. Ingram the other way. Finishes Tech at 9. Thornton, Ingram, Allen, Plumlee, and Kennard on the floor for Duke. Ingram with the great... He was steady Eddie during his time at Duke.
He really was. And again, one of those guys that really just brought the most held.
Example of the great hands that they told us before the game. Larry Kristoviak, right hand, left hand, kept the ball alive.
Myrtle's a sophomore, 7-footer from Austria. And Ingram, a three.
Inside the hand, a little one-on-one on Plumlee on the interior. He's very smooth inside. I love his hands. Great hands. He catches that ball. That ball's in his hands like glue.
And I think Larry Kristoviak's going to be very pleased with the way Bonham is running the show for Utah today.
So Coach Krzyzewski was going to go out and shoot a little before the game, see if he can play.
Now, if I'm on that Duke bench, I would tell him, go sit down at the end.
Yeah, right.
No one wants to sit next to a guy who has, quote-unquote, flu-like symptoms. Ingram fouled while shooting from the corner.
A lot of cupcakes. You're going to see how they do against quality now.
Tucker a three that wouldn't go. Luke Kennard the rebound, and Duke tries to push it. Ingram powers in on Kuzma and scores.
See how they answer it.
Oh, just pass intercepted by Ingram. All the way to the goal to tie the game.
Becomes a giant.
And Pirtle certainly has only helped himself in the eyes of the NBA people who are here today.
No doubt.
Ingram brushed by Kuzma, counted and a chance for three.
Tipped up and in by Glenn.
Well, and that's what this game is going to be about for Georgia Southern. They have to get out and get easy opportunities in transition. Drive there.
By Devontae Boykins. A little one-on-one move ends the 9-0 Duke run.
Well, they can take advantage of any of those switches. When they find the taller Duke players, they should put their head down and get to the rim, which is exactly what they did on that play.
As Ingram starts to go.
Making the right reads to the weak side. Duke's going to have to do a better job of containing the dribble drive.
Ingram. Devontae Boykins had nowhere to go, and he loses it, and here's Ingram the other way. Oh, my goodness, and the foul.
I was 0 for 5 against Duke when I was in college. Christian Laettner just too good.
Well, that's when they really began to go on that remarkable run. 5 straight Final Four appearances, and Ingram barely
travel well.
The jumper by Brown is no good, and the rebound winds up in Jones's lap. Up the side it comes to Ingram, and the finish.
That returning this year would fit in a Shaka Smart system, but Shaka did exactly what I thought he would do, is examine the pieces that he had. Wow, what a...
More than any other team in the country.
Derek Thornton is just a gamer. Doesn't practice really well, but when the lights come on, Derek Thornton is ready to play, and he's made some big baskets for Duke tonight.
Jones, cross-court saving it is Allen. Now, do you think there's any chance before the end of the season we will see Thornton start at the point, Allen slide over to the 2?
I think it's just going to depend.
56. Thanks for joining us. Holiday Hoops presented by K Jewelers. The Blue Devils about to make it 7 straight wins. Take it away. They will.
Defense. They started playing that against Yale right before Thanksgiving, and it was very successful for them. We'll see if Buffalo can figure that out.
In transition, Ingram is hit and the bucket. Changes, has seen a lot. Different faces. Ingram hangs against his shooters.
Basketball. Emil Jefferson went to get it, and because of it, they not only came away with the ball, but also the foul.
Already 5 team fouls in the first 4 minutes against Buffalo. Ingram takes a Plumlee screen and a beautiful finger.
Have another guy that can run the show the way Bearden does.
Ingram hangs and scores. Looking for their first 3 of the night. Skeet can't get it. A 35% three-point shooter. So it's Grayson Allen to initiate the offense for the Blue Devils. Ingram goes baseline for the flush.
It can't take away a lot of things. Cancer can end up taking away, your health, your physical health, but it can't take.
The basket is different because no matter what happens on the previous play, he's coming back at you 100 miles per hour on the next trip.
Ingram right to the rim.
Low on the interior.
Skeet driving on Allen, and it's a mismatch there. To the corner, Ingram lines up a 3.
Here's Matt Jones on the attack. His first shot in the air, that won't drop. Big scrap for the rebound. Jefferson comes away with it. Ingram 3, and he'll knock it down. I think Ingram. First shot there by Blackman would not fall, and he has really been a hot hand. 49% from 3, 53% overall.
Blackman and Farrell, veteran players that won 20 games last year, they're going to have to be solid here for them to win.
Ingram again, a 2-pointer, no foul.
When they came down to Syracuse, and their alma mater lost them out.
They did.
To the Hoosiers.
Everyone's entitled. Guess who again? Ingram on target with a triple. What a start for him. This 4-20.
Tom Crean brings so much enthusiasm and energy, and he got suffered big time when he lost Oladipo and Zeller to the NBA.
Oh, how did Ingram get that shot off, and he knocks in another? I knew that of all the guys in the gym, one of you would not be quiet. I knew who it was. Jones off target, and Kennard went for the save and got it back for Jefferson. Here's Ingram again. Yes!
Oh, he's being rewarded.
Here's the give for Johnson, but short.
See, one of the dilemmas for Indiana last year was lack of size inside. They have that now with Bryant.
Ingram lines it up. Yes!
He's on fire, man. He's on fire.
Off the turnover, the Blue Devils get it back. Here's Allen on the high drive. Rebound tipped out by Plumlee. Second effort. Ingram to the lane this time. He's unstoppable.
He looks absolutely sick. He gets a lot of PR. They don't win that 5th national title if he's not on the floor in that game against Wisconsin last year.
He's averaging a double-double. He's 12 and 11 coming into this one. And he has 10 rebounds so far tonight. Ingram airborne, sinks another one. They have no answer for him tonight.
Silky smooth. Duke broke down defensively right there. Allowed him to go right to the goal. I guess you can do that when you're up 23.
Ruby Farrell just 3 out of 11 shooting it. He has dished out 5 assists.
See, initially they played the ball tough individual, but then you got to rotate over, you got to get help, and you can't give wide open shots.
20 all time.
Duke has scored at least 79 points in every game but one, and that was to the suffocating defense of Kentucky, who their secondary defenders really cut off Allen on his drives to the goal, and Tyler Eulis was absolutely sensational, the MVP of the game against Duke.
Give him 24 now.
Helped carry Syracuse as they went through their tournament down in the battle for Atlanta.
So skilled offensively, Tyler Lydon. He can shoot the 3, he can drive it, he's got a great feel. How about
Brandon Ingram, there's talk about this team developing, and Ingram is part of that as he drives the lane, now has for Duke. As long as you stay away from the Atari, I think you've kept up with the younger crowd. I appreciate that. Good looking after me. Closing it on 6 minutes. Ingram with a drive and a pull-up.
Mentioned to us, this Duke team coming off a grueling 3-game, 6-day stretch. You play Kansas, or rather Kentucky, VCU, and Georgetown in that span. Maybe a little bit of an emotional letdown when you see Yale.
Well, for us, we can see it because we've watched enough college basketball this year to see the upsets happen. And you see it on that play. Played last year with a significant number of injuries to his wrist and hand, but this year has come back healthy and very confident that he can lead this team.
That surprises you. Yale's a team you would have thought would have needed the three-point shot in this game. Ingram on the offensive.
Knew that those two guys could be going. But Tyus Jones, there really wasn't preparation for that, and the team was left without a point guard.
Bad pass. Here comes Duke. Blue Devils with numbers. Ingram all the way. Tied up. Count it.
All Ivy League player last year, the Ivy League player of the year. It could be the first player at Yale. They can shoot over the top of them. The problem is being able to get the ball down there, and Brandon Ingram has now become a...
I think they play that zone that well. I think that zone is used just a little bit to get people out of a rhythm, but that's not their strength. But they do show a zone more than they used to show in the screen.
Once that baseline, pretty bad victory on Friday.
Mason's been a little bit quiet here for a while.
Allen does it 25. Ingram fires away as he was green.
He's so skilled. He's got a lot of skills, talent. He's got to become a little more physical.
Did not start. Ingram gets a great look, but cannot bury that. Jefferson with another rebound. They'll swing it back to the freshman, and that one he knocks down.
A smart play by Jefferson. He was going to outlet it to Jones, and Murray was laying in wait to steal that, and Jefferson spotted it.
Ingram spinning, adjusting, and finishing.
You're in a historic place. Just take a deep breath. Slow down.
Grayson Allen, his first shot attempt, just a bit off. Got into the lane a number of times last night against Siena. Ingram straightaway three.
Hunter Ware last year, we've talked about De'Ami Starks. Ware played behind him, so his minutes were sporadic, but he can really score. And there you see, he just steps in off that wing ball screen.
Ingram with the fit. Shot fake there for Riley. Garvin down low. Grayson Allen. And the Blue Devils come away with it. Allen still looking for his first points. Ingram the three.
Well, it's poor, but there have been opportunities when they pushed it.
Thornton. That one's set back by Petway. Recruiting rankings. Blue Devils by 30. Largest lead of the night. Trying to expand it here. Ingram. Two-handed.
You know, Shane McLaughlin, a senior captain, steady point guard. Ware has the ability to score the basketball.
11 threes now for the Bulldogs as Ingram sees that one crawl.
If you have the angle, you have the ability to win. Brandon Ingram is a guy who defies that principle because he doesn't need an angle. He'll just raise up and score over the top.
Emil Jefferson, the height advantage on McLaughlin. Quick double. Ingram one more time in front of the Duke bench.
Maryland. Yeah, 7 Sweet 16 while at Maryland. 11 consecutive NCAAs. Of course, the national championship during his tenure there, and then he did a heck of a job at Towson.
Spin move here by the youngster Ingram. Oh, that's sweet. Get used to seeing that.
Yeah, excuse me, Loyola. Jimmy did it.
Rolling to the basket.
I'll tell you, Marquise Wright led their conference the last 2 years in assists, and he is one heck of a passer.
Ingram, quick step, airborne, and that's going to fall in. You get the idea, he's a little bit... And he puts it off right there in midcourt. On the attack and the stuff.
See what we mean about his versatility.
They can't connect. Stolen away by Ingram. Back up for a stop.
Well, how many times have we seen him tonight with those long... You know, after that particular group, the middle of the pack, he doesn't feel like there's much separation there. So it'll be interesting to see how that middle group in the ACC plays out.
He's got a terrific point guard coming in next year in Dennis Smith Jr.